1752 IRES।
नमस्कार, आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत। इंडिपेंडेंट रिसर्च एथिक्स सोसाइटी की आयुष समृद्धि ज्ञान गंगा के 1752वें पड़ाव पर आप सभी का पुनः स्वागत। सब्जेक्ट भी बड़ा यूनिक है और यूनिक डे सेलिब्रेट करने के लिए हम लोग आज यहाँ एकत्र हुए। आजकल देखता जा रहा हूँ दाढ़ी का मूंछों का फैशन ज्यादा आ गया है। बहुत लौट के चला आया इतना कि मैंने भी अभी बीच में दाढ़ी बढ़ाई। और मेरे यहाँ तो एक कहावत है कि जिसके पिताजी जिंदा होते हैं वो मूछें नहीं मुड़वा सकते, माने वो क्लीन शेव नहीं हो सकते। और इसके लिए मैंने फर्स्ट ईयर में बड़ी गालियां खाई सीनियरों की। क्यों? क्योंकि यदि मैं दाढ़ी मूछ मुड़वाता तो ग्रैंडफादर मार डालते, और यदि मूछ नहीं मुड़ाता था तो मैं गाली खाता था सीनियरों। तो ये मूछ का भी एक अलग ही किस्सा है। एक बार फ्रेंच कट दाढ़ी रख ली यंग एज में, तो जाने कौन ने पीछे से कमेंट पास कर दिया, अरे देखो क्या शानदार बकरा जा रहा है। तो फिर कभी बढ़ाने की इच्छा ही खत्म हो गई। इमामी में जब रहा तो कॉरपोरेट कल्चर में अच्छा नहीं लगता था, तो क्लीन शेव ही रहना पड़ा मूंछों के साथ। लेकिन दाढ़ी बढ़ाने का मौका मुझे मानसरोवर में आके इस साल मिला, जीवन के 61वें साल में। थैंक यू, थैंक यू भाई। परिस्थितियों को बहुत बहुत आभार। मैं दोनों वक्ताओं से उत्सुकता से आज हम सुनेंगे। एक तो डॉक्टर आरती प्रभा और डॉक्टर सैकत कुमार बसु जी, और बाकी सब भी बोलेंगे, क्योंकि दाढ़ी सबकी होती है, शेविंग सबको करनी पड़ती है। उसकी केयर कैसे की जाए, ये भी एक बड़ी केयर की बात है। थैंक यू। मैं आदरणीय अग्निहोत्री सर को सादर आमंत्रित करता हूँ उनके विचारों।
नमस्कार, बहुत बहुत आभार आपका, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद प्रोफेसर पवन शर्मा जी। बड़ा मजेदार विषय लेके आए। मैं समझता हूँ इस विषय के पूरे कार्यक्रम के दौरान हमें निश्चित रूप से हंसी खुशी का वातावरण बहुत ज्यादा मिलेगा, क्योंकि हम तो आपके एक शब्द पर ही उलझ गए।
अब वो भी
आपने
तब
कहा,
लेके आया जब मैंने दाढ़ी कटा दी सर।
वही तो नहीं, मैं तो आपके एक शब्द पर उलझ गया। आपने कहा कि इतने 60 साल बाद, 61 साल में हमें दाढ़ी बढ़ाने का मौका मिला। आप ऐसे नहीं कहिए, आप ऐसे कहिए हमें दाढ़ी शेव न बनाने का मौका मिला। दाढ़ी बढ़ाता कोई नहीं, दाढ़ी बढ़ती रहती है। हम उसको शेविंग नहीं करते। शेविंग नहीं करते हैं, इसलिए दाढ़ी बढ़ती रहती है। प्रतिदिन नाखून बढ़ता है माइक्रो मिलीमीटर साइज में। मतलब हमने दाढ़ी बनानी छोड़ दी, ऐसा मौका मिला। तो वो अपने अपना भाई, अब वो चाहे वशिष्ठ मुनि जी की तरह का हो, या कोई बांध सदारणी वाली हो, चाहे बांधने वाली हो, चाहे खुली छोड़ने वाली हो। और ये मौका सुअवसर, या जो है कहना चाहिए दुर्लभ अवसर, कोविड के टाइम पर हमारे सभी राजनयिकों से लेके और जो इसमें पसंदीदा थे, वो अनंत काल तक, अनंत साइज तक भी बढ़ती गई। और उससे ज्यादा एक मेरेकुलस बात ये हो रही कि आज हमारे दो अतिथि वक्ता हैं, एक मेल है, एक फीमेल है। तो मुझे बड़ा अपने पैनलिस्ट पे भी आश्चर्य हो रहा है कि फीमेल दाढ़ी के बारे में अगर क्या विचार लाएंगे। हम लोग के लिए थोड़ा अलार्मिंग है, पता नहीं उनके हिसाब से, क्योंकि संस्कृत में जब कहते हैं त्रिपक्षस्य, तो वो पक्ष में 3 बार नख, दाढ़ी और मॉस्टचेस के कर्तन की बात आई है। और बहुत सी बातें आई कि बाल को खींच के नहीं खोलना चाहिए, नाखून नहीं काटना चाहिए, एंड सो ऑन सो फोर्थ। हम तो बहुत सोचते रहे। तो दाढ़ी का बहुत नहीं है, लेकिन अपने प्रधानमंत्री, पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री चंद्रशेखर जी से लेके हमारे ब्रह्मदेव द्विवेदी जी, और वर्तमान में माननीय मोदी साहब, कोई बुल्गानिन कट, कोई अब्राहम लिंकन, कोई कैसे कैसे दाढ़ियों का तो बड़ा साइज रहा है, शौक रहा है। फिल्म जगत इसका प्रजाता है। मैं क्या समझता हूँ, फिल्म जगत ही इसका प्रजाता है, इस भाव का प्रजाता है। तो बाकी देखते हैं हमारे आज के आदरणीय पैनलिस्ट क्या कुछ ज्ञानवर्धन कराने आ रहे हैं। सबका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। और दाढ़ी के मैंने एक तो हमारा सिख समुदाय के लिए तो एक स्पेसिफिक है उनका, तो मैंने उनके धर्म के हिसाब से केश रखने की बात आती है, दाढ़ी और केश, सिर के बाल सभी वो कुछ भी नहीं, मतलब
आजकल वो भी
कटाते ही नहीं।
काटने लगे सर।
हाँ, अब तो होना हो गए। मिसेस गांधी के असैसिनेशन के साल पे हमारा संतोष मक्कड़, हमारा सरदार था, वो
नहीं,
गायब हो
पगड़ी
हुआ
पहनेंगे
के।
लेकिन सेट करेंगे दाढ़ी।
हाँ, सेट
पगड़ी पहनेंगे लेकिन सेट करेंगे दाढ़ी।
वो तो हमारे सभी दूध वाले और
और
सभी लोग
दूसरी
को
बात,
उनके
वो
सेट
आपने कह
करते
रहे
हैं।
थे ना लेडीज की सर, तो लेडीज ज्यादा केयरफुल होती है। आदमी तो कैजुअल और केयरलेस होता है, तो वो कैसे भी खींच खाच के चला जाता है अच्छे में। लेकिन यदि केयर कोई करती है तो वो
हाँ,
वाकई में लेडीज ही होती है।
मतलब आप ये
इसमें
कहना
कोई
चाहते हैं,
शक
अगर
नहीं।
अगर लेडीज अपने साथ ले जाना चाहेंगी तो कहेंगे इस घास फूस को ठीक से सेटिंग दिखाई पड़नी चाहिए, कि ये लगे कि हम दाढ़ी तो रखें लेकिन केयरफुली उसको मेंटेन भी कर रहे हैं, उसको उसकी मेंटेनेंस करते हैं।
हाँ,
और, और बाकी विचार हम जो
नहीं
उनके
तो एक
चुराए
डायलॉग
हुए।
है ना, नहीं तो हमारे साथ जाने की जरूरत नहीं है।
हाँ हाँ,
एक फाइनल डायलॉग है,
तो हम उनके
नहीं तो हमारे साथ जाने की जरूरत नहीं है।
हाँ,
आप ऐसा कर
हम
रहे हो, वो लास्ट ब्रह्मास्त्र है।
नहीं, वो सुविधा
हर
असुविधा भी
पति
पूछनी
ने
पड़ती है।
जीवन में कई बार सुना होगा।
तो हम उनके विचार क्यों चुराए, हमारे साथ में हमारे पैनलिस्ट आए हुए हैं। अब वो इसको और थोड़ा मजबूती से बताएंगे कि क्या क्या सहज है, क्या सुलभ है, क्या आपत्तिजनक है, सही वो बतलाएंगे। तो सबका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है, धन्यवाद है उनका। बड़े बड़े विचित्र विषय पर आए हैं। तो क्रम के हिसाब से हम पहले, आप देखिए, उपलब्ध तो दोनों ही हो गए।
यदि शंकर जी परमिशन दें तो
हाँ,
डॉक्टर आरती जी को लेडीज होने का बेनिफिट देना अलाउ करें,
Sure, sure,
चाहे।
sure. No problem. No problem.
ठीक है, ठीक।
डॉक्टर आरती जी, वी वुड लाइक टू वेलकम यू।
Thank you, sir. Sir, I'm gonna share my screen. Namaste to everyone.
जय हो।
Okay, sir. Sir,
ग्रेट ग्रेट।
in
हाँ,
this
ये त्रिपुण भी लगा हुआ है, दाढ़ी भी है, त्रिपुण भी है। जय हो।
So in this presentation, I want to highlight some of the health issues or the skin issues the persons with long beard is facing, and what could be done. A simple solution, what could be done on a daily basis to nurture the beard. That will be my presentation. Very short presentation. So, the most common beard problem is beard dandruff. It is a skin condition called seborrheic dermatitis, which can cause the flakes in the beard. It is not actually a hygienic problem. It is one of the possible causes is the yeast, the infection by the yeast. So another one is the ingrown hairs. So when hair curls back into the skin instead of growing straight out, this many problems like irritation, inflammation, infection, redness, all occurs. So this happens if the hair is cut too short or grows in at an angle opposite to the actual growth. So this is also a most common problem who has very short beard. And next is the beard acne. The pimples don't affect beard growth, but in between this acne happens. So this can limit the blood supply to the hair follicles, which can indirectly interfere with the beard growth. The thickness of the hair, this thickness of the hair will be hampered. Then most common is the itchy beard. So itchy beards are very common when beards first start growing in, but this is usually a passing phase. But if it is associated with dandruff or the dry skin, then it will be persistent as long as the person grows his beard. Then next is the patchy beard. the patchiness can be caused by, maybe caused by the lack of collagen rich blood flow to the skin. Then is about the beard rash. It's a common issue. Can be caused by dry skin or any bacterial infection or the wrong skincare or usage of the wrong skincare products and other beard care products. Next is a brittle beard, very frizzy hair. Even exposure to the chemicals or some other kinds of elements can make the beard hair very much brittle and weak. It can also lead to uneven length and growth, so that proper maintenance will be very difficult who has a brittle hair. Next is a beard burn. It is a type of contact dermatitis that occurs when the skin comes to contact with another person's facial hair. It often appears as inflamed, itchy, and dry rashes. So, these were the very common skin problems, the beard problem, the people might be facing when they grow beard and they maintain the beard very thickly. So, basically the treatment should be individualized according to the pathology behind and according to the signs and symptoms. But I would like to share a basic healthcare routine which everyone can follow. That is abhyangam, that soft abhyangam in the beard area by the mixing of castor oil and coconut oil. They are both very good in the hair growth, and also it works against the bacterial infections, and also it is good for the dry skin. So daily abhyanga with this coconut oil and castor oil. Castor oil is very thick. Coconut oil is much lesser thicker than compared to the castor oil. So maybe equal quantity or less castor oil and more of coconut oil. The It is according to the convenience of the person how to use the mixture. So then the usage of paraben free shampoos, like because it's the face, no, scalp and the facial skin are very different. So the shampoos which are being used for the scalp should not be used for the facial skin. So the most important paraben free shampoos should be selected only. Even for the hair also, we should be more aware to purchase only the paraben free shampoos. So I have just for the example, I have put the picture of Scurfol, which is very much less acidic, but not too basic. A type of shampoo which can be used daily. So I'm not promoting the product, but still, for an example, I have kept a photo. So this is the basic daily routine which can be advocated for everyone who is willing and who has the long beard. This is my humble suggestion. This is what I recommend or advise to the patients who come to me regarding the beard problems. So that was my presentation. Thank you.
शाबाश,
Thank you, sir.
शाबाश, शाबाश, शाबाश। अरे तुम ये तो मुझे 6 महीने पहले रख लेनी चाहिए थी। मैंने बीएड जब रखी थी उसके पहले रखता तो कुछ ना कुछ काम आता। ग्रेट, बहुत अच्छा। अग्निहोत्री सर, क्या कहते हैं?
हमें
Thank you.
लगता है नमस्कार, बहुत बहुत अच्छा किया, बहुत अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन दिया। हमें लगता है
Thank
अब
you.
नेट पे हर चीज मिल जाती है।
हाँ.
और जैसे बाजार पहले नकली दाढ़ी मिल जाती थी रामलीला के मेले में, काली वाली मूछें और दाढ़ियां, अब जो है दाढ़ी की मेंटेनेंस के लिए ज्ञान मिल जाता है। पहले तो बहुत छोटे छोटे बच्चे, इनकी मूछें दाढ़ी नहीं होती, तो वो जब कोई नाटक बनाते थे, करते थे ना, स्टेज प्ले करते थे, तो पूरा बना लेते थे, साधु सन्यासी या रोज करते थे। लेकिन उसकी मेंटेनेंस आप, क्योंकि उसके नीचे स्किन है और सीवेशियस ग्लैंड्स के नाते खुजली आना, या इवन कई बार तो यूं चीलर भी पड़ सकते हैं अगर उसको मेंटेन ना किया जाए, उसको रोज कॉम ना किया जाए, तो कई बार उसमें इचिंग जो होती है उसके पीछे फिजिकल चीजें देखी जा सकती सकती है, चाहे वो आर्मपिट हो चाहे यहाँ हो, जहाँ भी बालों का मेंटेन नहीं होता है, डेली शैम्पू करना, डेली मेंटेन करना, और पसीने की महक बदबू ऑर्डर आ सकती है, इसलिए उनकी मेंटेन बहुत जरूरी है। बहुत अच्छा आपने बताया। अब हमारे देखिए, अब ये अगले हमारे स्पीकर साहब इसको और गहरे से बताने चलने आ रहे हैं। डॉक्टर शेखर
वो
परबत जी
भी
का
क्लीन शेव है, वो भी
अब है,
क्लीन
लेकिन
शेव है।
पहले मेंटेन्ड
हाँ, I would
बियर्ड
like-
थी उनकी।
सेकंड जी,
स्वागत है
सेकंड
शेखर
जी नमस्कार।
जी।
Thank you.
आइए।
Thank you. Can I start?
यस श्योर।
यस,
Okay. Thank you, Sharma ji. Thank you, Agnihotriji. It's a wonderful topic today. Nice to talk about. And I'm so happy to see like Sharma ji has removed his beard. Even Sutpa ji commented, Suparna ji commented that Sharma ji looks great without beard.
थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
So, so first of all, it is to say, I think we had a very nice, illustrious lecture about the medical aspects of having beards and stuff. I'm going to talk about the socio-religious and socio-cultural aspect of the beard part. So there is, that with respect to some religion, whether in particularly in case of Christianity, some certain Christian sects, and in case of Islam, there is a tradition of keeping beards and stuff as has been dictated in their holy books and stuff. So this is a socio-religious part why people keep a beard and stuff. But the remaining wise beard is like, this is a personal choice. There is nothing like the beard is, I do not believe that there is anything associated with it medically or non-medically as to saying that whether you have a beard or a mustache and stuff, it's a cultural thing, it's a personal choice thing. Of course, like if some people have itchy skin and stuff, if you keep beards and stuff, they suffer from a lot of these medical conditions, as our previous speaker have nicely illustrated. But other than that, for a vast majority of people, it's just a cultural, I believe it's just a style statement for a large number of people. If we look into our primitive time, like if you go back down in our anthropological history, you would see that there would be all men, definitely, who had beards and stuff. I checked with Suparna ji and asked her, like she's not available today, like whether she could highlight me anything related to, beards in ancient people and when people started removing their beard. So see, she's mentioned to me is that their beard is a cultural and a social religious aspect, and it has nothing good or bad in it. It's just a cultural and a socio-cultural habit. So primitive man used to have beards, but as she told me as an anthropologist, that as primitive men got to use stones for various purposes, there are many kinds of stones which are very sharp. They are soft in the sense that you could design them, but they are also extremely sharp. And the primitive men over the time, across various ages, learned how to make these very sharp. And these sharp stones they used for as their arrow tips or the tips of their javelin or tips of any kind of instrument, axe and everything. So they used to make this sharp edge. And slowly over the time, as they started removing the skin of animals while butchering them, they used to use the stone part, the stone tools. And they also realized that these stone tools can also cut your skin. And these stone tools can also be used to design your hairs and remove your beard and shape it accordingly. So it is during this process, as primitive men or the hunter gatherers learned that how to, remove your hairs or modernize them or cut them to a particular part. Particularly, this also goes true with hairs. Some cultures have, or many aboriginal communities you will see around the world, that they do not keep hair. Not that they do not grow hair, they do not like keeping any hair on their head. This is a cultural habit. Same is comes with the beard. And this started in the ancient time with the first by pulling hairs and stuff. This was an initial practice. And then by using razor sharp stones, which they used for various instruments and for various weapons, was also used as razor for men. There are like beard is celebrated around the world in various fashions and form. Even if you look into India, even in a city like Kolkata, or like during the time of Rabindranath Tagore and stuff, you would see that the Brahmo religion, the religion that they used to perform, used to have a very nicely maintained various styles of long hanging beards, as we would see in Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore's time, that most of the noblemen, most of these people would have like to have these long hairs, and they used to maintain them. They used to shampoo them. They used to have different kinds of what you call them. kangi or combs to maintain the whiskers as well as their beards. And even if you look into Europe, there was a time when it was a very common cultural practices, particularly among the nobility, particularly among the aristocratic class, to maintain various shapes and beards, long-haired beards, short-haired beards. I think over the time, as we went post-industrial revolution, as we went into the modern times, our beards in professional society or in professional settings turned to be getting smaller and shorter. So if you look into Russia during the time of Leo Tolstoy, one of the greatest writer that the world has ever seen, we would see even in Russia and parts of Eastern Europe and stuff, keeping long beard was a big fashion. Although in Islamic countries, keeping beard is a part, but they do not keep whiskers, but they all only maintain the beard. But in European countries, there was this tradition of long trending beards. They will have beards, they will have a tie knots at the end of the beards, various ages, 14, 13, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19th century. If you go through the process, you will see across various European countries, they always like to have different forms and shapes of beards, and they were very well maintained. Even today, in modern day United States, Canada, European Union, there is a celebration not only of this beard day, but there are beard competition where people have a lot of beards and stuff, long beards, and they come and there is the winners and stuff. This is very popular. But at the same time, while a lot of people have beards, as time progressed, people started trimming the beard to fit in into a into a more formal settings. As our professional life started dictating us, it was no longer possible, for people going to jobs, or if you're holding important positions while you are talking, like it was a style in 14, 15, 16th century. But after that, it slowly started changing into a French curd beard that we call well trimmed beard, where your beard is properly maintained. It is like, the hairstyle is maintained, particularly with the shape of beard, and the beard as we have in case of Virat Kohli, you would see, like even in the cricket team of India, if you look into the team members, you will see most of them have these French cut style beards now. Like all the players that I see come up with the same uniform style. So this is in one case maybe a solidarity, maybe a style statement, but it is a personal choice. There is no dictum anywhere that you have to, other than some religious communities in Christianity and Islam, that you have to keep a beard and stuff. Even if we go back and look into our ancient characters down in the time of Ramayana and Mahabharata, you would see Lord Krishna or Lord Ramaji, you will never see them with beards and stuff. But if you see in the same period, the other kings and stuff that or aristocratic families that they have all had beards. If you get to the time of Gautama Buddha, and if you look into the people, you will see the monks, the Gautama Buddha, all were clean shaved. There is a reason why they shave their hairs, why they shave their head. It's a form of bowing to God, like getting out of the materialistic world, that you are leaving behind everything, your past, your identity, your beauty. Like our hairs on the head adds to our beauty. When you are taking them, particularly out as a monk or as a nun, as a male sannyasi or a female sannyasi, you are discarding your beauty. When you are a sannyasi or you are a monk or a nun, there is nothing good or bad. There is no beauty or ugly. So by relieving themselves of every aspect of material world that we could think about, they have removed their beards and even hairs. But at the same time, even if you look at the time of Gautama Buddha, even Gautama Buddha's father's picture or diagrams or like like old thankas and other drawings that we have from the period, all the kings most of the time will be shown with having quite big and heavy beard at those particular point of time. So the quality of the beard, the length of the beard has undergone drastic style and appearance. Even our mustache at the same time has undergone various drastic changes and stuff. Even if we look into our country, we would now see that clean shaven style has become very, very popular, and most of our film heroes and actors and stuff do not completely have no face hairs at all. And at the same time, this has been adopted by a large number of people. In a professional setting, your clean-shaved appearance is considered very professional in Western culture. Or if you have beard, a well-trimmed, well-maintained, high-quality beard, where you are putting proper cream, you are shampooing it, its maintenance is not very easy. I never used to have beard, but I used to have mustache 20, 30 years back when I went to Canada and US. Why I became clean shaven was this, that it was not very easy to trim your mustache in these countries, because there are very small, very limited number of barber shops. Many of them are located so far from your apartment that it is not very convenient for you to go there and come back and get this done at home. If you are doing it on your own, it is not very professional. So the maintenance had become a cumbersome process, particularly for people like me who are busy working in their labs and the fields and stuff. So I found it, by removing it completely, by beards and mustache, and becoming clean shaven, it is a very simple maintenance. Like every 2 days or every alternate days, you shave off. But then you do not have to worry about maintaining your beard, skin rashes, itches, and stuff. But again, there are lots of people who are in the same profession and do maintain beard and stuff, and they do not complain. So to me, it's a profession, it's a personal choice. It's sometimes with beard, some people look extremely handsome. If from a perspective of Indian movies, if you could think about, I could not, it's a name. I think his last name is Bedi. I cannot remember his first name. Who has acted in many movies. Pooja Bedi is his daughter. I just cannot remember the first name of that individual. Kiran Bedi, I think, if I'm not making mistake. He's a very handsome guy, looks great with the beard. And if you just do not think about the loss of hairs in case of Anupam Kher, who does not have a mustache and a beard, I think he also looks quite handsome. If you look into Akshay Kumar and all these other people who are completely clean shaven, is also very acceptable, also very attractive to a large number of their fan followers. Now, there has been numerous surveys done in Western countries, particularly on women, to get their opinion about bearded men. So there has been lots of survey that studied among women in across various countries, across different age groups, to tell them if a bearded man is found to be more attractive than a clean shaven man. Is this true? Is this in our perception, or this is just a cultural habit? How does women look at it? Is it that women has a preference for a man with beard? Like, most of these surveys came up quite inconclusive. Say, for example, most surveys came up around this 30-30-30 division, where 30% of the women survey suggested that bearded men appear to them as a very attractive. They would like to have a partner who has a beard, but most of them said that they would prefer to have a well-maintained beard, not scary long beard that used to have in our ancient time, or the kind of beard that our sadhus or monks who travel across the Himalayas have. They want a professional kind of a beard. 30% of women indicated across various surveys is that they prefer bearded men, while 30% of the other of those surveyed indicated that they rather prefer what you call is a clean shaven individual, while another 20% said that they have no preference whether it's a bearded man or a clean shaven individual. It's the personality, it's the nature, it's the caring, or a financial income. These are the main factors than whether an individual is bearded or unbearded. And around 10% indicated that they have no views on this, or they refuse to answer to this question. So most of these, if you look into all these surveys that has been done across various time in various countries, you would see that culturally, if it in a particular culture beards become a religious dictum, say for example in case of Sikhism, Islam, some forms of Christianity, because it is a part of their religious faith and belief, it is very much acceptable to these women who are a part of this same community. If they come from other community, they have preferences and stuff. Some women are adaptive, they may or may not have liked beard before, but as they stay with the individual, they get used to it, or as they get to know the individual, beard or without beard, beard did not make any difference. For others, a beard or a clean-shaven individual did make a significant differences, and they had strong choices either for bearded individual or for clean-shaven individual. But overall, experts indicate that just like men, whether you maintain, other than your religious requirement, for an individual who does not have a religious, dictum to have a beard, it's a personal choice. Whether you want to have a beard or not, it does not add anything more or less to the personality. Of course, there are some facial features that look exceptionally good with beards. There are some individuals who look extremely good and handsome without beards. So it's a personal choice, it's a personal liking. Everyone has different facial features, everyone has different kind of growths of hair. Some people indeed do get skin rashes if they maintain face hairs and stuff, and some others have no impact. They keep long or short beard, it does not impact. As you could know, the diseases, ability to resistance to infection varies from individual to individual, from one community to other. So it becomes into either a style statement or a personal choice. Same applies for women, where for their preference of bearded or non-bearded person or men as partner, as lover, as boyfriend is a very personal choice. For some, it does not matter. It is that individual that matters to them. For some, look matters. So either you have a very well trimmed beard, or you look very professional, or you are clean shaven. It is their personal choice. So that choice also varies from one woman to another, from one cultural context, from one country to another country, from one community to another community, from one religion to another religion. It differs. And then it is also a kind of an overall personal choice, religious choices, or a socio-cultural impact of whether you have beards or not. If you look into ancient societies like Indus Valley civilization, Chinese civilization, Egyptian civilization, if you look into Mesoamerican civilization, they are all very clean shaven. There was very little concept of people having beard in Aztec civilization, in Inca civilization, even in Egypt. If you would look, beards you would see only with the aristocrats. Many of the pharaohs had artificial beard, as has been reflected through their helmets and stuff. But really, keeping beard was not a part of Chinese civilization, as also Egyptian and particularly Aztecs and Incas or Toltecs of Central and South America. But if you look into Indus Valley civilization and then the Indian civilization, if you look into the Persian civilization, if you look into Sumerian and civilization, Babylonian civilization, you will see that there has been a great emphasis on maintenance of various kinds of beards, various styles of beard, rolling beard, straight beard, long-haired beard, varies even during ancient period and stuff. And then again, if you look into modern day Europe, where various styles of beard and mustache have evolved over time, they have changed between 12th to 16th century, 17th to 19th century. If you look into Greco-Roman civilization, you would see most of their what you call it sculptures, most of their structures that you would see usually depict men without beards. So maybe in the, like for example, for uh, any statues, any pictures that has been drawn about Alexander the Great, you would see he does not have any beard. He's a clean-shaven person. Even if you look into the Roman emperors, most of the time you will see that they were clean-shaved. So it could be a cultural statement of that particular period, that during the Greek civilizations or the Roman civilization, it was not very popular. But at the same time, contemporary other civilizations as Babylonian, Sumerians, Persians, you would see there is a lot of influence of having various styles of beard. So even with respect to various ancient civilization, medieval ages to modern ages, the appearance of beard, the style of beards and mustache, how they are maintained, how they are designed, how they are trimmed, and how they are kept has changed from time to time. If you now go into modern day Italy, now go into modern day Greece, you will see a lot of bearded person compared to those ancient pictures that we see. Although experts say that many of these pictures are a reflection of artist way of thinking. But even if you look into the Renaissance Italian statues like Michelangelo or any other people during that particular period of time, you would see that a lot of the images or pictorial depiction, architecture, sculptures have individuals without any beards. For example, even in case of India, where like Gandhara art, where there is a strong influence of Greek art and a mixture of Greek and Indian art, you would see that as long before reaching Afghanistan, all the ancient relics that they have found may or may not have beards. But if you are getting closer and closer to Afghanistan, Bactria, and those ancient period, and if you are looking into Gandhara art, objects and relics or statues that we have found, they're all very clean shaven. All these people look very European. They're partly Indian and partly European. There is an intermix because Gandhara art was itself a mixture of two different civilizations at that particular point of time, and has been very well depicted in this part of Western Pakistan, present-day Western Northwest Frontier province of Pakistan, or Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, or various regions of Afghanistan. All the relics that have been found shows men without beard. So as if we look into history, if we look into socio-cultural aspect as well as into our socio-religious aspect, you would see that as the religious practices change, the style of beards change. People kept beard or removed beard. As we came the modern time, the industrial revolution, I think just like I said that I was finding it very difficult to maintain mustache and beard by living in Canada and USA because we could not easily go to the barber, which is so easily available in India. It was very difficult for me to personally maintain them. So I removed them completely and became clean shaven to get rid of these challenges, which I was unable to solve on my own. But in India, when I'm there, I could easily maintain a beard. I could easily have a long mustache because barbers or the saloons are so abundant and clear, easily available in around my residence. I can easily go and get that maintained. I even can call people to come, beauticians to come to my place, and they can trim the beard and stuff. These facilities are not available in Western cultures. You have to go to some place to get this done, and it is extremely expensive. So if a haircut is 150 rupees or a shaving, it includes something around 250 or 400 or 500 in India. If you are doing the same thing in USA and Canada, I am paying close to 3,000 to 4,000 rupees. So because it is most expensive, it is difficult for people to maintain those beards and stuff. So they get shaved so that it becomes less expensive and becomes cheaper. Even during ancient time, you would see, or in the medieval ages, if you look into Europe, for people who are working as artisans, peasants and stuff, if you see their picture, they are all clean shaven. It is only the aristocrats or kings or their noblemen during that period that had exquisite beard stuff. Why? Because maintenance of beard need a lot of time and money, which the rich people could afford, but the poorest of the poor could not afford this. For them, the presence of this face hair and maintaining them is a great challenge. For those who personally like them having hairs, it is there. For those younger people who didn't like, who have to work in the field, work in the factory and stuff, they find this beard to be an annoying part. They removed it. So it, as with post-industrial revolution, our life got impacted, our lifestyle changed, so is our style of beard. So from long beards, we started moving more and more, and with the scissors and modern clippers that are available, trimming beards, like, or trimming your hairs and stuff has now become a work of art. If you look into YouTube, you will see in how many different places people are making hair art. So you can even write or draw a logo on your head, or you can do extremely unimaginable beautiful designs on your face hairs, which is your beard, by using these advanced clippers, which are quite expensive, but because they cut the hairs at various depths, just like lawnmowers, they could be used in cutting it in a different way to give the beard a different texture, color, shape. And with so much artificial colors now available, various creams are available, even changing the color and luster of your hairs is even possible to these days. So you can even go to this beauty parlor and you can even grate your white hair lightly toned blonde or semi-blonde and stuff, and it could match up with your skin and stuff. They can even change your eyes color by putting your false what you call the false cornea color and false iris color, or artificial lens and stuff to change your look and stuff, all with money. All these facilities are now available. So these beards have evolved, and it is a well celebrated, just like in Rajasthan, if you would go, you would see a galpattas, or maintaining of beards and mustache is an art there. Even in parts of Gujarat, even if you go to southern India till date, you will see people with great big mustaches, not so much with beard, but even a lot of people also like keeping a French cut beard, which is very common style in various parts of South India. So, depending on what culture, what geographical region you are, like people have a preference or a less preference of having beards, and it is celebrated in Western culture. There are lots of competition. In North America, the month of November is called Movember. Movember means instead of N, they put an M. It's because during this month they grow their hair, they grow mustaches, they grow beards and stuff, and at the end of the November they will shave it off. The celebration started with the part of growing long hairs and donating your hairs to children who are actually suffering from cancer or undergoing chemotherapy. Because when you go through chemotherapy, many of the children completely lost their hair. So it is to encourage them so that they don't feel by looking themselves as very sickly because their hairs have dropped as a result of chemotherapy. People came up to encourage them, and this festival of November started, where people in the month of November they will grow their hair long, and in the month of November they will shave off their hair, and that hair would be donated to various organizations and agencies who make wigs for children. So these hairs would go for various children undergoing treatment in various hospitals, and at free of cost it is given to them to set hairs and artificial wigs for them, so that they do not feel bad, or so that they do not feel that they are looking very dismal or very sickly while they look in the mirror. So it is a kind of a popular culture that happens there. And even if in our country we look in, our Sardajis and Sikhs are known for their classy beards and how they maintain those beards. They follow it with religious zeal, as is a part of the Sikh religious dictum. Same is with people following Islam. And particularly in Western countries, there are many faiths of Christianity. Just like Hinduism has many branches, Christianity also has many, many branches. And if you go among Amish community or Mormons and stuff, these are various forms of Christianity that they perform. You will see that they maintain kind of hairs, they maintain kind of these beards and stuff as a part of their religious requirement. Not every Christian does, but some Christian sects and communities also have this tradition of having compulsory beard for men as they reach their adulthood as a part of their religious dictum and stuff. So this is how I look into the Beard Day, as a celebration of diversity among human beings, where we celebrate various shapes and sizes and color and texture of beards. I still consider this either to be a socio-cultural or socio-religious practice, but above all, it is a case of human preferences or individual preferences. Thank you. I hope I provided some information and exchanged some knowledge on this aspect on this platform. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I conclude. And thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Sagar. Agnihotri sir.
Thank you so much. So many things you have informed regarding
You are welcome.
national and international level. Of course, as you told that it is a personal choice. One may keep, one may cut. That depends upon his own choice. But there are so many varieties you talked about, especially for the mustaches. Here they are our retired IG UP. He was having a very good long mustaches, and also during the Kumbh Mela, there used to come such type of saints. They have got such a long mustaches. They can pick their 10 kgs weight from both sides like this, and also the power of this beard is also so many times shown in a form of a miracle to gather the crowd, and it's really. But at the same time, there are different saints style. Some are there, those who keep beard and long hairs. On the other side, those who are keeping completely hair and this beard removed, like our UPCM Yogi Ji. That sampradaya keeps no hair, along with the Shankaracharya also, like our this Abdeshan Giriji. So Giri Sampradaya, they are not keeping his own Guruji, Satyamitananji, Nivartman Shankaracharya, they are not keeping. So that depends, that either the cultural, they are advised keep it or not keep it. That depends. So goes the case with the international level. And as you told that the No Shape November, it's a very known phenomenon. One of my elder son's friend used to say, whenever I point out that why you are not shaving, uncle, it is November and no shave November. He was like informing me. So that depends. And as far as the different colors and all designing is concerned, that is there. But before the invention of any sharp edge instrument, it was really difficult to remove the beard and cut the hair short. That's why persons, and then comes the case of judges and philosophers. Our Einstein, Newton, they are shown in a picture having a curled hair and that type of, but not having beard. That depends. So many pictures are there. There may be hypothetical because I don't know whether the camera was there or not. So regarding the Vasco da Gama and Columbus, Marco Polo, so many great persons are there. So we can just stop this thing saying that it is completely a personal choice, and the personal choice sometimes also over through as far as the religious or any say prejudice concept is concerned. So thank you so much. I think our madam is also with us, but we have got only two guest speakers today on this platform as a panelist. So we have got a great discussion, great information regarding the having beer, not having beer, maintaining beer, not maintaining beer, merits and demerits all are being discussed. But the choice is very individualized. So those who are keeping, they are also supposed to keep the maintenance and health and hygiene of the skin on which the beard is grown. That is very, very important. Otherwise, that makes some sort of skin problem at that area. Thank you so much, Dr. Jagannath Suji. So I think it is almost near to 11, and I think without any discussion, our Dr. Amritlal Shah ji is regularly with us. So I think he may be having some points on our all the three webinars. Of course, webinar on toxicology, one was there, and the other one is the worship and the remembrance of and having the scientific approach of worshipping Lord Ganesha during this Ganesh Mahotsav. And the third one is talking about beard. So I would like to invite the thought of Dr. Shah sir. You are invited. Please say a few words as say some blessings to our platform. Namaskar.
नमस्कार.
Like
हाँ सर,
ठीक है.
पहले तो मैं प्रोफेसर अग्निहोत्री सर को नमस्कार करता हूँ, डॉक्टर पवन कुमार सर को भी मैं नमस्कार करता हूँ, आयुष समृद्धि परिवार के सब सदस्य को भी प्रणाम करता हूँ, अपने सब स्पीकर को भी प्रणाम करता हूँ. अब मैं 3 वेबिनार मैंने कंटिन्यू सुना है, सबके ऊपर एक 1.5 मिनट में बोलूंगा. तो पहले अपने जो विष औषधियों के ऊपर जो चर्चा हुई, इसमें जो मेरा खुद का एक्सपीरियंस है कि हम पेशेंट को परहेज का पहले बोलते हैं कि जो अगर तू परहेज कर सकता है तो मैं ये दवा यूज तेरे पर कर सकता हूँ, और तो उसमें मैं रस औषधियाँ यूज करता हूँ. इसके साथ साथ कुपी पक्वा रसायन है वो भी यूज करता हूँ, विषैली औषध भी यूज करता हूँ, और उपविष वाली भी औषध मैं यूज करता हूँ. हमारे गुजरात में बहुत कम लोग इसको यूज करते हैं, लेकिन थोड़ा पेशेंट को कहना पड़ता है कि भी परहेज तो कर सकते हैं तो ही ये दवा मैं लिखूंगा या आपको डिस्पेंस करूंगा. और जो पेशेंट ऐसे परहेज करते हैं तो मैंने कोई इसका रिएक्शन देखा नहीं है, आज तक नहीं देखा है, और जो रोग का परिणाम है वो अच्छा आया है. तो जो मेरी सोच है और मेरा जो कहना है कि अपने जो चिकित्सक बंधु है वो परहेज करवा के और अच्छी दवाइयाँ वो पेशेंट को यूज करवाएंगे तो उससे ज्यादा अच्छा फायदा मिलेगा, और अपना प्रैक्टिस भी उससे उनकी काफी बढ़ेगी. हाँ, उसके बाद है गणेश उत्सव. तो आपने बोला था कि भाई महाराष्ट्र और गुजरात तो पास पास में है, तो गुजरात में कैसे मनाते हैं. तो हमारे गुजरात में लास्ट 20 ईयर्स से उसका महत्व बहुत बढ़ गया है, लेकिन यहाँ ऐसे कोई बड़े बड़े पंडाल ऐसे कुछ खास कोई गुजरात में कोई जगह नहीं होते हैं. सब जगह छोटे छोटे पंडाल होते हैं। जैसे मेरी सोसाइटी में अभी भी चल रहा है गणपति महोत्सव, अभी भी सुंदरकांड चल रहा है। यहाँ से हो जाए तो मेरे को वहां भी जाना है। तो हमारे यहाँ से छोटे छोटे ऐसे पंडाल में और घर घर में और इको फ्रेंडली गणपति को बनाते हैं। इको फ्रेंडली लोग ज्यादा यहाँ बनाते हैं और उसको अपने घर में वो उसको विसर्जन कर देते हैं। वो और बाद में वो जो मिट्टी रहती है वो मिट्टी को गमले में डाल देते हैं और आसपास के लोग भी उसको ले जाते हैं और अपने गमले में डाल देते हैं। तो यहाँ ऐसे चलता है। ज्यादा कोई इसे इको फ्रेंडली यूज करने से ज्यादा कोई पॉल्यूशन नहीं होता है और पर्यावरण का भी ध्यान रखते हैं। तो गुजरात में ऐसे चलता है। अब आया तीसरा, जो अपना हेयर के ऊपर की और जो दाढ़ी के बारे में जो बात बताई, तो इसमें मैं एक ही कहूंगा कि जो लोग बाहर सलून में या शॉप में जाके बार्बर के पास दाढ़ी कराते हैं, तो मैंने ऐसे काफी केस देखे हैं जिसको बार्बर एक्जिमा कहते हैं। हाँ, तो जो पूरी जो दाढ़ी होती है वहाँ वन टाइप ऑफ स्किन डिसीज अपने महाकुष्ठ में आता है और इसको एक्जिमा कहते हैं, वो हो जाता है और इसको मिटाने में भी काफी समय लग जाता है। तो ऐसे केस मैंने देखे हैं। वो लास्ट 20 ईयर्स से ऐसे केस में कम देखता हूँ, क्योंकि हर जगह अब जो बार्बर है वो भी एक का एक अस्त्र ये नहीं इस्तेमाल करता है। वो जो ब्लेड है वो अपने सामने ही बदल देता है। तो अब इतना नहीं देखा है, लेकिन पहले की बात है तो काफी मैंने ऐसे पेशेंट देखे हैं और उनकी ट्रीटमेंट भी किया है। इसके बाद जो ये एक बहन ने कैस्टर ऑयल का बताया, तो कैस्टर ऑयल तो मैंने कितने लोगों के पे यूज किया है, खुद मैंने भी यूज किया है और कैस्टर ऑयल का बहुत अच्छा रिजल्ट मिलता है। खास तौर से मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि जो बच्चे होते हैं, छोटे बच्चे होते हैं, जो जो नियोनेटल है और बाद में उसके क्या डाले, तो आज तो बहुत महंगी महंगा ऑयल लोग डालते हैं, लेकिन मैं तो सबको कैस्टर ऑयल ही बताता हूँ और उसको मुझे उसका रिजल्ट भी मिला है। सस्ता भी पड़ है और अच्छा रिजल्ट भी मिलता है। तो इसके सिवा तो ये जो दाढ़ी की बात जो रिलीजियस की हुई, तो इसमें तो हर हर की चॉइस होती है। ज्यादातर तो साधु संत तो दाढ़ी रखते हैं तो ही उनकी पर्सनालिटी बनती है। बाकी तो सब लोगों को जो अपनी मर्जी है ऐसे वो लोग करते हैं। तो इसी के बारे में तो मुझे कुछ कहना नहीं है। आज का दिन इतना ही और आप सबको मैं धन्यवाद करता हूँ, प्रणाम करता हूँ, नमस्कार करता हूँ।
धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आपने जो बात उठाई डॉक्टर उसने बताई थी अभी, तो उसी क्रम में जो आरती जी ने बताई थी, कैस्टर ऑयल विद कोकोनट ऑयल, तो मैं ये जानना चाहूंगा कि रेशियो इनका इक्वल क्वांटिटी हो या एक ही लगाना है, कैसे करना है स्किन केयर के लिए? उन्होंने
मैं
मिला के बताया था।
नहीं सर, मैंने जो छोटे बच्चे हैं ना उसमें तो ओनली प्योर कैस्टर ऑयल ही। और
अच्छा।
वो कैस्टर ऑयल अब ब्रांडेड मिलने लगा है। पहले
हाँ,
तो ऐसे कोई ब्रांडेड नहीं मिलता था, तो जो किराना की शॉप में से मिलता था वो ही लाते थे और हम बोलते थे
तो
कि एक बार
ब्रांडेड आता है।
इसको, हाँ, उसको एक बार थोड़ा गर्म कर दीजिए। हाँ
अच्छा।
वो हाँ यहाँ गैस स्टोव से कर दीजिए या सूर्य में 5-6 घंटा सूर्य के किरण में रख दीजिए, बाद में इसकी बोतल भर दीजिए। और उस जमाने में तो मैं कांच की बोतल में बोलता था, अब तो प्लास्टिक सब हो गया है तो चला लेते हैं। हाँ
So,
तो हाँ,
is it
तो
is
सर
it useful? Is it
अकेला
useful on for eczema at any place?
एक्जिमा एक्जिमा के लिए नहीं, मैं सल ये जो यूज करता था ना, करता हूँ, वो उसका बाल बड़े, जो बाल बड़े, बाल अच्छी तरह से बड़े,
अच्छा।
उसके लिए। जैसे छोटे बच्चे होते हैं तो हर एक माँ को ऐसा होता है कि इसका बाल का ग्रोथ अच्छा हुए, तो
अच्छा। अच्छा।
हाँ, तो उसके लिए। और जो बड़े लोग होते हैं तो आजकल सर से लास्ट 30 ईयर से अब तेल डालना ही सबने बंद कर दिया।
हम्म।
तो शायद मैं जो ये बात कर रहा हूँ वो पुरानी बात कर रहा हूँ, तो उस टाइम में सब लोग तेल डालते थे, और जो ये तेल डालते थे ना, तो उसी लोग को कभी कभी किसी को हम बोलते थे कि तुम ज्यादा इतना पैसा का खर्च क्यों करते हो, ओनली कैस्टर ऑयल आप डालिए और आपको इसका रिजल्ट मिलेगा। और सर आज भी मैं बोल रहा हूँ, ये करके देखिए, और बाद में इसका महीना 1.5 महीना आप यूज करेंगे, तब उसका फायदा का परिणाम आपको पता चलेगा। हम और हम आज भी खुद, आज तो अकेला कैस्टर ऑयल नहीं डालते हैं, ये सब मिला के डालते हैं, लेकिन अब मैंने तय किया है कि पहले जैसे अकेला कैस्टर ऑयल डालूंगा। अभी अभी ही मेरी वाइफ से ये बात भी हुई कि हम कैस्टर ऑयल का ही फिर से यूज करेंगे। धन्यवाद।
चलिए, बहुत बहुत आपका आभार। बहुत आपने बहुत सारी इंफॉर्मेशन ऐड ऑन की। आपका लंबा एक्सपीरियंस है और आपने तीनों ही, आज की तीनों ही वेबिनार्स पर अपने रिमार्क्स दिए। आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद है। हमारे साथ आदरणीय डॉक्टर जगदीश डोमा जी भी जुड़े हुए हैं। अगर वो कंफर्टेबल हैं और अपने कुछ विचार रखना चाहते हैं अपने तीनों ही वेबिनार में या किसी भी विषय पर अपने आज के विषयों में से, उनका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। मैं आदरणीय डोमा सर को इनवाइट करता हूँ। स्वागत है सर, नमस्कार। हालांकि 11 बज चुके हैं, हम समझते हैं कि का रेस्ट करने का टाइम हो गया है। मैं सोचता हूँ मैं फिर आदरणीय शाह साहब के इन आशीर्वचनों और उनके एड ऑन कमेंट्स के साथ में आज के तीनों ही वेबिनार्स के सभी पैनलिस्ट का, सभी गेस्ट स्पीकर्स का और हमारे सभी मंच से जुड़े हुए मनीषियों का बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करते हुए आज की सबको नमस्कार प्रणाम करता हूँ। सभी को शुभ रात्रि है। नमस्कार। ये ओवर टू
शुभरात्रि
रिस्पॉन्स
सर।
नंबर।
शुभरात्रि सर।
ऑफ नहीं हुआ अभी। और आप